Wasiu in the Masha. He 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 came by himself. That was the program I attended, and he saw me, and he was so excited that he saw me, and he started praising God. Started telling people that he's been able to watch me severally, and over the time he's been able to discern that truly, to the glory of God, I'm a prophet, and he's in love with me, that he's been watching me, and he made up his mind then that he was going to come and attend, be part of our harvest, to minister and praise God. It was even the one that even asked for the dates. And I thought he was joking when he asked for it. I thought, like, because if you want to invite Alhaji Wasiu, you're going to have like 5 million, 10 million. And he said he will be coming. And even sent a message. He even sent his manager to remind me. And something must have connected us before then, which I'm really going to talk about. Like when I was very small, when I was very young, like 9 years, I remember then my mother, were Muslims then, and when Alhaji Wasiu is on the TV singing, that was when he sang So 84. So, and my Muslim name is Wasiu. And I've not even taken that Wasiu out of my name. I'm not going to deny it, and I'm not going to deny the fact that my name, meaning he who God has enlarged. So then my mother would lay hand on the television and lay hand on me that this Wasiu Ayinde that is singing will be successful. My own Wasiu too will be successful. This Wasiu Ayinde will be fruitful. My own Wasiu will be fruitful. So later, my parents moved to Christ Gospel Apostolic Church, and she had never stopped praying for that Wasiu Ayinde, who, I've never met with him before. And that love, because of the love I have for my mom, that love grew. And being a pastor, that has never stopped me from praying for him, to loving him. And since then, when he met me, he took me like a brother. He took me as his pastor. Though he has never gotten any problem that will require him asking for oil or perfume or anything. But because he's got that spirit inside of him to discern that this guy, this prophet is a prophet of God, and has been celebrating God in my life since we have met. Like over 5 years, 6 years. But that day when he picked the date that was going to come for our harvest, I was like, okay. Till then, not until 2 days before the day he sent his manager, another day he sent his engineer to ask if they were going to bring his own equipment. So when he got, they said, oh, they needed to, they're not going to bring their own equipment, that they will use our own equipment. I was still even asking myself, okay, that was when I played the video of when he picked the date that was going to come for our harvest. And truly, we saw him, and everybody enjoyed the way he praised God. In Genesis, we are transitionally minded. Where I preach is where we have the pulpit. The pulpit is different from the altar. There is a barricade. If you see, when you get to our church, there's a barricade where you have to cross the barricade before getting to the altar. That's why we have it in Revelation, the inner altar. Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde didn't go to the inner altar. The same place where Gani Adams stopped was where he stopped. Yeah, so in our church, we have the inner altar. I didn't mean I will have gotten time to take you to the altar and differentiate and explain. We have the inner altar where the elders are sitting down, where on Sunday, if you're wearing mufti, you can get there. After the inner altar, we have the stage. That same stage where Alhaji performed was where Ati Tokwe Alabi performed. When Uncle Big Balaji came, that was where he performed. That being the place, where I preach every Tuesday. Why? Because that's a place where people who are wearing mufti will have to come if I do make altar call. Some of the things we've been able to change in Genesis Global is why some people are raising heads like, okay, everybody that comes to church must wear sutana. Everybody that comes to church must wear white garment. Okay, what about those who are wearing white garments and they have no pure hearts? So it is the purity about your Christianity is not in the purity of your garment, it's in the purity of your heart. So Alhaji came, he wore white, and some people even said he wore shoes. He wasn't wearing shoes, he was with his socks. So are we going to tell him to pull off his socks? And when someone said, I said, okay, I'm not going to blame the person. Maybe the person didn't remove his glasses. Because I've always been saying it that if people are not seeing any good thing about you, tell them to change their glasses. I won't, because of what people will say or what people are saying, you know, limit myself and cage myself and stop doing what I'm supposed to do as being led by God. God is spirit, and those who serve him must serve him in spirit and in truth. I'm a prophet that is being led by God. Tell me the crime in bowing down for God. What is the problem in adoring God? Like, God, whoever I am, whatever I've achieved, I have to bow. If Baba Deboye gets to the stage before preaching, he's always bowing for God. Anytime I get there, I've always been bowing down for God. Now, what is the problem in Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde bowing down? Is that not a plus to us? Is that not a plus that this man is not proud? Is that not a plus that this man knows what he's doing? That is a child of God, is being led by God to bow down. That God, whoever I am, whatever I have, I am submissive. Otuba Gani Adams, when he became the Arena Kakanfo, he rolled to the right, to the left, to celebrate God. So what's the problem that he bowed down? I think nothing should be even, nothing is even, I mean, I didn't say anything bad in what he did that day.
Did you pay him?
Nothing. Alhaji didn't collect a penny. Funny enough, Alhaji said, whatever, if anybody wants to get our video, or anybody that wants to buy the CD or anything, we should give it to them. Anyone that wants to buy any of his, what he did that day, we should give the money back to church. I went to see Alhaji to appreciate him for coming, and he said, he calls me Wasiu, he calls me Dele. He said, what do you want me to do to support the church? He said he left that. He was so excited. I wish you are going to be able to see him by yourself and ask him questions. He said he counted it as a very big opportunity to come and sing before the Lord, to come to the church and sing, to praise God. That he's been to so many functions and parties and all that, but him coming to Genesis to sing was actually a plus to him. This man was even praising God and thanking God for my life, and he was able to tell those who follow me that he didn't just come, that he came because he came with perfect convictions that if he should go to that church, God will bless him more. And he said, do you remember before he left, he said, pray for me. And we started praying. And he said, do you remember I knelt down for you when I wanted to give you the microphone? He said he had never knelt down for anybody, like a man of God or pastor. That he wasn't kneeling down for me. He wasn't kneeling down for me. He knelt down for my God and the grace of God upon my head. That he knelt down to give, and he gave me the microphone. That the conviction was right inside of him that this guy is a Nazareth, like Nazareth. The word said Nazareth, that means a messenger of God. And he was so happy. He was happy. He was glad he did. So Alhaji didn't collect a penny. Instead of that, he even said to me that he had just bought a new land, that the manager should remind him that he is going to support the project. Yeah, even some guys, some Muslims, some guys too joined. Some guys that loves Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde just because of that joined the church. And they started using different language like, Baba, you are real, Baba, we know you are not pretentious and all that. And some of them, they didn't even join the church because of Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde. I think they joined the church because of what they saw and how they saw the church and some people's testimonies. So, and one thing I'm glorifying God for about this ministry is we have never had a better yesterday. It's been from one level of glory to another. Oh my God. We have really doubled. I believe it's not because of Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde. It's because of, to the glory of God, because of the way I preach, that we should take rigidity out of Christianity. We should take all pretentious attitude, all pretentious character, manners of, some of the things we do to make other people feel they are sinners. We should take it out of Christianity. Even Jesus ate with sinners. Jesus went, I'm a dangerous soul winner. So I'm still going to Ojuno to go preach. I'm still going to Mushin Olosha to go preach. I'm still going to the streets to preach.
Why the slums?
Yes, I have to do that because that's what you must know the place of your assignment when you're in the ministry. I'm a dangerous soul winner. God is not ready. He's not even interested in the people that are perfect. He's ready to just use imperfect people to perfect his work. All the people that are complaining, Elijah was when they came. Some of them some of them must have struggled to even invite him to their party. Some of them will have even seen him dance to his music. And when he came, he was actually praising God. So if I go to the street to win souls, there are a lot of people on the street. Why do we have many people in church today? How many of you want to give your life to Christ? They will come. Same set of people that came on Monday will still come on Monday. They will still come on Tuesday. How are we winning souls? How can we go to the street? How can we go to the shrine? How can we go to Fela's shrine, Kalakuta, and win people for Christ? I'm a dangerous soul winner. Jesus ate with the sinners, it's in the Bible. The lady that was caught in the act of adultery, when the Pharisees and the Pharisees or whatever they call themselves, trying to want to nail Jesus, trying to want to condemn the woman, Jesus was busy writing, and he said, anyone who has not done anything wrong, or who is not a sinner, should cast the first stone. And all of them dropped their stones. Why are we pretentious? Some people love Sonny Ade music. Some people love Ebenezer Obey music. Some people love Stockholm Alabi music. Some people are Christian, they are real Christian, and they still listen to Orlando Owo. The music you listen to sometimes does not determine whether you're a Christian or you're not Christian. The Bible says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Purity of purpose is what I'm talking about. When Alaji came, he wasn't singing Esempe. He wasn't singing Talaso Disco. He said, Ọlọ́run mi o, bàbá ẹ ṣé. What else do you want to hear from me? So, what about those who are not wearing a ring and they are saying they are born again because they are not wearing a ring, because they are not this and they are born again, and they are worse than those that are wearing a ring or whatever, who are perceived to be in the world? The way you are saying it, you are even judging them and you are condemning them, which is not even good for you. If they say they are in the world, who are perceived, all churches and mosques, where are they? Outside the world. I think I have questions to ask you too. Because all these people are even better than most people you see in different churches who are pretentious, who call themselves pastors, who call themselves imam and alaji, with bad characters and bad. Do you know some people hardly go to church? Some people are not even going to church again. Some people are not going to mosque, and they are better than those who are so religious minded. The major problem of this generation is religiosity. Rigidity in the religiosity. And the worst that I'm seeing it among the so-called religious leaders. Some of them embezzle money, some of them are into money laundering, some of them are into so many things. We don't want to talk, we don't want to discuss about anybody. But major problem I have about people who really want to go further has got to do with people's perception about your life. It's not about what they are saying about you, it's about what you're saying about yourself. If you are hearing what people are saying, you will not hear what God is saying. So I'm less bothered about you seeing them as ungodly. Are you telling me Olamide cannot go to church? Are you telling me if Femi Kuti decides to go to church, Davido, if he decides to go to church, are you telling me he's not going to go to church? I saw him in a publicity. I'm talking about Koza. He actually, Olamide is, do you know what I'm saying? I will even love Pastor Biodu Fatoyibo for his originality. I mentioned his name not because I needed to castigate him. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm a lion-hearted prophet. I'm a lion-hearted preacher. I would never say something I said I didn't say it. When I saw Olamide asking those ladies, where will you be? Davido, where will you be? And and they started talking. Okay, we are talking about Davido, and you see him, or Davido, or whatever you call him, you see him as not born again. But he came to the world to succeed, to fulfill his purpose in life, and he was inviting people to be part of the program. Then what about people who are not even, who are not in the world, so to say, and not able to invite people to God? So we cannot stop him from going to church. And I see nothing bad in seeing King Sonny Ade in church, King Brother Ebenezer Obey in the church, Uncle Alabi in the church. Small doctor is a member of our church, and I pray for him all the time because he's my son. Because he's bigger than many medical doctors. It's not about what maybe he's singing hip hop is about his purpose in life. And that's why I want to advise you, don't be pretentious. Don't, because of what people will say about you, kill your dreams and kill your vision. If God says you should become this, just do it. Be productive. Follow your heart. Be productive. Be selective. Select your friends. Select what you hear. Select what you see. Select what you do. And be transformational in the things you do.